A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is finally here. The show is based off of George R.R. Martin's 3 novellas, and because I've read all the books, including the main series and Fire and Blood, there's probably going to be some spoilers in here from other series as well, so if you don't want to get spoiled, click off the video now. To begin with, we follow Dunk, played by Peter Claffey, and I think all the Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon casting is really good or perfect, but I honestly can't imagine anybody else playing Dunk besides Peter Claffey. I think they did a perfect job casting this, and maybe he's not the same height and he's a little too handsome to play the part, but overall I think that he might be the best casting decision for Dunk in this story. So yeah, to start off, they've already hit aces for me. The casting is spot on, it's amazing, and I think the level that he's able to bring his character out of the books and just make it himself is really impressive, and he does a good job.
There is an air of glory in Dunk's mind that goes, maybe I could be a glorious knight.
Fits my grip as well as it ever fit his.
Fills him with terror, fills him with fear and anxiety, but it also gives him a motivation.
That's about all I'll say about the casting, but it is really good. We meet Dunk right as he's burying Sir Arlen, his mentor and his father figure.
I don't know the right words. Ought to be accepting here.
And now he has really nobody, and the only person who he's ever actually trusted in and has guided him through the world is now gone, meaning he has to find his own way, and he's now alone besides the horses.
Eat like a king if I sold you 3.
After Dunk thinks for a while about what he's gonna do, he ponders joining the city watch and selling the horses and seeing if he can live his life out, but he eventually says that he's going to Ashford Meadow, and he leaves Sir Arlen's grave behind, and before he gets to Ashford Meadow, he stops at an inn, and this is where we first see Egg. The entire location looks like it's been lifted straight from the books, let alone the actor that plays Egg. He feels straight out of the books, like he might be the perfect casting. I think Peter Claffey's really good too. I think the kid's name is Dexter, but he might be even better. And I don't know how they got him to play such a charismatic kid at such a young age too. The casting is amazing. I can't say anything else about it because I'm gonna yap and make this video 15 minutes long, but the casting really is one of the best parts about this. Egg initially appears to be a stable boy and his mother's the woman that runs the inn, but if you know the story, then we know that he's Prince Aegon of the Seven Kingdoms, and his brother Prince Daeron brought him here to squire for him at Ashford Meadow. But because Daeron's kind of a lazy drunk and he doesn't really care anything about the tourney or fighting, he doesn't want to go, so he hides their identity, and the only thing that's markable for them is the iconic Targaryen hair. So they shave Egg's head because he has the hair, and Daeron has like brown hair, so it's not really identifiable. So now Egg kind of just looks like a commoner, you know, he's wearing these rough spun clothes and he doesn't necessarily look like a prince, so nobody's gonna know. But Egg being Egg, he does want to go to the tourney and he wants to squire for somebody, and when he sees Dunk, he kind of sees his perfect opportunity. Dunk gives his horse to Egg and tells him to clean up the horse and gives his iconic line about giving him the clot in the ear.
I could. I wanted.
None of that. See to the horses. You'll get a copper if you do well, and a clout in the ear if not.
That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
And man, it just brought a smile to my face seeing that come off the page. It would be a reoccurring thing in the books that he would always say this whenever Egg would do something bad, and they do it here, and it just, you know, it brings a smile to my face, man. Dunk heads in the inn, leaving Egg behind, and he sees what he thinks is a lord bent over the table, passed out drunk. But we know that's Prince Daeron, and Prince Daeron wakes up soon after and says he dreamed of Dunk.
I dreamed of you. Stay the fuck away from me. Yeah.
And in this dream, a dead dragon, a massive beast with wings large enough to cover the entire meadow, falls on top of Dunk. This kind of freaks Daeron out, and he says, "Get away from me," and then he goes upstairs, supposedly to sleep it off. Dunk is kind of confused, but the lady says just to ignore him, so he does. After finishing his meal, Dunk goes back outside to check on his horses and the stable boy, Egg. He sees Egg playing on his horse Thunder, and he has all his armor on, he's just taking all of his things. And this scene is one of the other scenes that are just straight out of the book. Like, I don't know how they did it so good, but it's just so good. Before I start gushing though, Egg asks Dunk if he can be his squire for the tourney at Ashford Meadow, and Dunk is kind of feeling this new freedom and he doesn't want to be tied down by Egg. That's just another weight on his shoulders and he doesn't want it.
I don't want it.
So he leaves Egg and heads for Ashford Meadow. When Dunk arrives, he sees all the pavilions and everything's raised. The tourney grounds are there, people are fighting, there's a bunch of shops set up everywhere, but he needs to go find the master of the games so he can be accepted to join in on the tourney. And Dunk wants to compete, so he kind of lies a little bit and says Sir Arlen wanted him to be a knight, and before he died, he knighted him with his own sword. Now, the sword looks really cool, by the way. I don't want to gush more about how good they did with adapting the work, but it does look really good. Anyways, though, he lies about it and says that he's been knighted by Sir Arlen of Pennytree.
Am I to be a knight one day, sir? As you are?
But obviously, nobody knows who that is, and he has to find somebody to vouch for him. And the only person that Sir Arlen might have known was Sir Manfred Dondarrion, which is kind of a stretch because his father knew him. Dunk is hoping that he can get the vouch from Sir Manfred, and I think they did so good at showing how much value Dunk holds in knighthood. He sees it as the true image of being a knight, the most honorable position in the world. But obviously, that ideal is not held by all knights. He just has a really idolized version of it that he's grown up with.
Charged me to be a good knight.
To defend the weak and the innocent.
Serve the realm with all my might.
But Dunk does reach Sir Manfred's tent to see if he can get him to say that he does know Sir Arlen. But because Sir Manfred is sleeping, he has to come back later towards the evening to see if he's awake then.
Pardon, sirs. I need to speak with Sir Manfred.
He's napping, sir. Wake him for a stag. It might want to try back at evenfall.
Evenfall.
So he heads into the woods and makes camp and takes a bath, and he returns towards the evening. But once again, Sir Manfred's still asleep.
He's napping still.
Still?
So Dunk being made to wait again, he watches one of the plays there, one of Tansey's plays, and we know her from the books. I won't say what's going to happen because that's a little bit deeper into the series. I could spoil that, but I'll let it stay in the air. But Dunk ends up in Sir Lionel Baratheon's tent, the Laughing Storm. He was nicknamed this for his booming laughter in combat and his love among the small folk. Sir Lionel's kind of intrigued by Dunk and asks him to come over, and then they eventually end up dancing. And this is not in the books, but I love this scene. And through this dancing, we learn so much about the characters. Dunk seems more reserved and self-conscious when he dances, and Sir Lionel is more carefree and boisterous and doesn't care about the eyes on him. Dunk kind of wants to duck his head and not be seen, while Sir Lionel just wants to be himself.
Dunk is slightly nervous, so his movement is a little tighter, more stroke and still. Lionel's nimble, he's playful, unpredictable. It's almost like a ballet dancer, but loose and very energetic.
And I really enjoyed the character pairing between Sir Lionel and Dunk. I think that it worked extremely well to have Dunk kind of be free for the first time, and then he encounters Lionel Baratheon, who's always carefree and just wants to have fun. So for the first time ever, it seems like Dunk actually gets to have fun and step out of his comfort zone. Because he definitely seems uncomfortable towards the start of the dance, but towards the end of it, you can see him start to get more comfortable, and he's having fun. I thought it was a good touch, and I really enjoyed it. Then Dunk finds Sir Manfred right before he's about to go back to his tent to do some nefarious things.
He serves your Lord Father to hunt the Vulture King in the Red Mountains. Perhaps we would speak on the morn.
I know your petty knight not, nor you, brother. Be gone.
Dunk feels very defeated and heads back to camp, only to see that Egg has followed him all the way from the inn to Ashford Meadow. And I think with the freedom that Dunk has got, it's overwhelmed him, and he kind of needed something to ground him back to reality, and Egg is kind of just there to do that. So this time around, it was much easier for him to say, yeah, you can be my squire, and you know, if you do well during the tourney, then maybe permanently you can be my squire.
And if you'll swear to do as you're told, I'll let you serve me for the tourney. After that, well, we'll see.
And then they fall asleep under the tree and the shooting star flies over, and that's what he later paints on his shield.
So the luck is ours alone?
Now, as far as this episode, I think it was perfect. The casting, the sets, and the atmosphere all worked really well to make it feel like it just came from the books, and I loved it. I think it's perfect, and the three things that I needed were all there, so I can't ask for much more. And if you enjoy A Song of Ice and Fire, anything, you're gonna enjoy this too. But yeah, if you've enjoyed The Night of the Seven Kingdoms and this video, leave a like and subscribe, because future videos will be coming. Goodbye. Whoa, 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 there's no way you thought I was going to end this video without complaining just a little bit. Now, while I think this first episode was pretty much perfect, In the future, George, in the season 3, season 4, down the line, we're gonna have some issues. Now, I'm not gonna talk about Fire and Blood 2 or Winds of Winter, but Dunk and Egg is not finished. It's not a finished story. We still need more. And if he doesn't get those done, then we're gonna have an incomplete story again. And all the hard work from Ira Parker and all the other workers that made this show what it is now, it's gonna turn out bad in the long scheme of things. You know that, George. I know that. And everybody else on the internet knows that. But it needs to happen. I'm not saying we deserve the work, but if you're gonna make a new show and there's not finished material, then you're doing a disservice to the people that are working on the show and to your fans and to yourself at the end of the day. We at least just need Dunk and Egg to be finished. I'm not asking you to finish Fire and Blood or The Winds of Winter. I'm just saying we need Dunk and Egg if you want this show to be successful in its whole lifetime, not just the season 1 or season 2 or season 3, the whole thing. Because it's going to go past that. It can't just stop at season 3. How are they going to end that? It doesn't really make sense. And unless there's a way that they're going to stop at season 3 until George finishes in who knows how many years, then it's going to turn out bad. And then we need to plan for that in the future.
Actually makes sense.
But yeah, that's actually about it. I just wanted to say that real quick because, yes, everybody's loving this show, including me, but there's going to be some issues in the future if we don't discuss now what we're doing about the books, you know? I don't know. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Like and subscribe. Peace.
7 above gave you tallness, so be tall.